I think speak to the product company that's providing the products. Make sure that you are getting evidence-based information that is not geared towards a marketing angle. There are certain websites that are really misleading and are not evidence-based and are not scientific, such as the EWG. There's a lot of these apps now that they really are not correct.
Is there a site
information
where the information
there
is
are
solid?
the EU. There's a site. What is it? I can't remember the name of it now. The Europa. Basically, though, if you don't know what you're doing, you wouldn't understand it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So that is why, when in doubt, I would actually say speak to a cosmetic chemist that can actually give you non-biased advice about the ingredients, and take information from someone that has studied in that area, because unfortunately, most people that teach skincare information and teach product information for a skincare brand do not have cosmetic chemistry experience. And so we then get all this misinformation that gets filtered down, and we're told that this ingredient is bad and this is good. And we get these beauty myths that are now being disproven by people that have got PhDs in cosmetic chemistry, or in chemistry, that are able to say, well, actually, that's not quite true. And we're now knowing with social media that a lot of the info that gets taught in this industry is actually incorrect. And so when in doubt, speak to someone that is qualified in that particular area.
Right. So don't go to Wikipedia.
Well, definitely don't go to the EW, whatever it is, all these scaremongering sites, because they're not, they're actually misinformation. They're not
We'll
solid
put
evidence.
the link of the site that you mentioned, even if it's a little bit above everybody's understanding, but at least we'll give you a reference for you to start your research if you want to find out more.
I mean, some ingredients also listed with the TGA as scheduled poisons. So to be aware of that, if an ingredient is meant to be that toxic, there will be limitations and regulations on it. So something like eucalyptus oil would be technically a poison. Azelaic acid is a Schedule 2, that would be listed as a poison as well. So it's got limitations to its use, and when used at, say, 10 to 15%, that needs to be prescribed, or you can't just buy that from a skin centre, but it's only got evidence for benefit at 10 to 15%. So there's a lot of information that
it's hard to
people don't know about.
Botox, isn't that a poison?
Yeah, it's a toxin.
Yeah, but we
inject it,
and
alcohol's a poison.
Alcohol's a poison.
If something is really toxic, it comes with a warning.
Yeah.
The other thing that I find quite ironic is that, when people are saying don't use that ingredient, it's irritating. A lot of the ingredients that create change have the potential to cause irritation. Hydroxy acids, retinol.
Retinol was, I don't know if it's still popular, but it was very popular.
It's got incredible, retinaldehyde in particular, incredible evidence, but hydroxy acids is incredible evidence. But they can cause sensitivity. So
definitely,
it's about understanding what we're actually saying. We're one breath saying don't use that because it may disrupt skin barrier, but we're not really understanding the percentage in the other ingredients in there. And then at the same time, there's people recommending all these treatments in clinic that are completely removing the skin barrier. So it's about critical thinking and balance and moderation and really understanding what you're saying. If you're in one breath saying, don't use that ingredient, it's drying, but then you're giving someone a spray tan on the face that's got dihydroxyacetone, which is one of the most drying ingredients you can put on your skin, but it's in every self-tan.
Exactly.
You've got to think about what you're doing.
I guess that after a while, the beauty therapist would realize I keep getting clients calling me back, or they've got reactions, or they're not happy with what the outcome, and they should question whatever it is that they're using, perhaps.
And I think it's understanding what I think it's understanding not to sell a product by scaremongering, because I come across therapists all the time scaremongering on an ingredient, and then they've got another range in the clinic that has got that ingredient in there, right? Because they haven't read the ingredient list. They don't understand the ingredient list.
Yeah.
One brand is telling them don't use this, and then in another range, it's in that range, but they're not aware of that because that brand's not scaremongering on it. And this is where we get this sort of misinformation. So I do think we have to be careful. But, you know, if you were using a self-tanning lotion, that's got drying ingredients. And it's got ingredients in there that could be sensitizing. But it will also have ingredients added to try and counteract that dryness. So they'll add high amounts of humectants. So it depends. Some self-tanners may be really drying, and then other ones may be more well formulated so to counteract that dryness. And that is why we can't just go around saying don't use that, that's bad. It comes down to the individual formulation, and choose a brand that you trust basically and get good results with.
Visit our website to claim your free trial pack or schedule a consultation or in-salon demonstration.